Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Wishing you a day filled with joy and peace. Today, I'll bring you the latest episode in the emotional story of LyTuDiep and CEO James. Unlike the previous episodes full of challenges, this time we will witness warm and happy moments of their little family. After many hardships, James and Diep finally enjoy peaceful times together. Little Me plays innocently, while Diep's eyes shine with happiness as she lives in the embrace of the man she loves. James, though busy with work, always devotes his heart to protecting and caring for his small family. Let's follow today's episode to feel the simple yet deeply meaningful joy they share. And don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to support me in creating more wonderful episodes. The newly completed house stood out proudly amidst the peaceful countryside, a vivid testament to James and Diep's perseverance and enduring love. Its bright red-tiled roof gleamed under the golden glow of the setting sun, every brick tightly bound into a solid whole. The pure white walls reflected the soft light of dusk, while the deep brown wooden frames of the windows added a warm, classic, and elegant touch. Around the house, a neat wooden fence enclosed the property. In the garden, young trees stretched upward, fresh buds swaying gently in the wind, heralding the start of a vibrant new life. In one corner of the yard, small flower beds had already been planted, their simple blossoms brightening the scene with rustic charm. The voices of neighbors carried through the air. "Oh, this house is so beautiful, it's like a city villa brought back to the countryside. The couple is truly blessed. Now the whole family finally has a home of their own." Those simple yet heartfelt blessings stirred Diep's heart. She gently wiped the sweat still lingering on her forehead and stood in silence, gazing at the dream home that had finally taken shape before her eyes. James stepped closer, his warm hand clasping hers tightly. In his deep eyes shone both pride and tenderness. "Do you see, love? Our dream has finally come true. After all the struggles and efforts, this moment is for you and our child, so you'll always have a safe, peaceful home without any more worries." Hearing this, Diep's throat tightened, her eyes brimming with tears. A tear of happiness rolled down her cheek. She nodded, her trembling voice breaking the silence. "I never thought the day would really come when I could step into a house of our own, a place that belongs only to our family. All the waiting, all the hardships, they've finally been rewarded." Through her tears, she smiled and gently rested her head on James's shoulder, letting his warmth and calm surround her. In the yard, little Me ran about, her tiny feet leaving marks on the fresh brick-paved ground. Her innocent laughter echoed across the space like a melody of joy, completing the picture of family bliss. She looked up with wide, sparkling eyes, rushed to cling to James's leg, and exclaimed, "Daddy, our house is so beautiful." James bent down, lifted his daughter high into the air, his voice full of warmth. "That's right. From now on, this will be our home. You'll have your own room, a yard to play in, and most importantly, you'll always have Mom and Dad by your side." Nee burst into laughter, her tiny arms wrapped tightly around James's neck. That innocent smile made Diep's heart overflow with happiness. James drew both Diep and Nee into his embrace, holding them close as if he could contain the whole world within his arms. His voice was steady, filled with love. "From this day forward, this house will be the place where our most beautiful memories begin. I promise, no matter how hard life gets, I will always protect you and our child, and I will protect this happiness until the very end." Diep looked up at him, her eyes shining with complete trust. She nodded, a radiant smile on her lips as her hand clasped tightly in his. Above them, the evening sun stretched its golden light across the sky, wrapping the new home in warmth. A gentle breeze rustled through the trees, birds chirped in harmony, as if nature itself was offering blessings to this newborn haven, opening a new chapter of happiness for the family of James, Diep, and little Nee. James gently lifted Diep into his strong arms, each step slow yet steady as he crossed the threshold of their new home. The glow of the sunset poured in like a golden curtain, spreading across the polished tiles and casting a warm shimmer on the pristine white walls. As the door opened, the inside of the house lit up as if to welcome a new beginning, a place where love and happiness awaited. Little Nee ran ahead, her tiny feet pattering on the floor with cheerful clop, clop sounds. Her pure laughter rang out, blending with the chirping of birds drifting in from the garden. She twirled in circles in the middle of the living room, her sweet voice brimming with delight. "Mom, Dad, our house is so big. I could run all day and never reach the end." Nestled safely in James's embrace, Diep's heart pounded with joy, as if all the worries of the past had melted away. Her eyes roamed around the house, the wide windows opening to fresh breezes, the floor tiles still carrying the scent of newness, and the immaculate white walls. Every corner bore the imprint of countless days of waiting and longing. In a quiet moment, Diep gently placed her hand on her rounded belly beneath the loose dress. Her eyes glistened with happiness, her lips curved into a radiant smile through shimmering tears. Her trembling voice overflowed with love. "Soon, you, me, little Nee, and the baby about to arrive will live together here. Every morning I'll wake to our child's laughter, to you by my side. That will be the greatest happiness of my life." James stopped, gazing deeply at her. In his eyes was a universe of love, trust, and determination. He could see so clearly the simple yet sacred dreams this woman had carried in her heart. Each passing day, he had worked tirelessly, only for this moment, to give Diep and their children a place to call home. He leaned down, pressing a tender kiss to her forehead, and whispered with a low, resolute yet gentle voice, "I promise, from today and forever after, this will be your sanctuary. No matter how many storms rage outside, I will shield you, so that our family will always remain safe and whole." On the porch, the last golden rays of the day stretched out like shimmering silk. The evening breeze carried the scent of flowers from the newly planted garden. Inside the new house, Nee's bright laughter, Diep's radiant smile, and James's steadfast gaze blended into a perfect picture, one of love, trust, and a bright new beginning. Above them, swallows circled back to their nests, heralding a season of peace to come. And beneath this roof, a small family began to write a new story, a story of simple yet everlasting happiness. In the kitchen, still carrying the faint scent of fresh paint, a warm golden light spilled down from the lamp onto the polished wooden dining table. On it, simple yet inviting dishes were neatly arranged, a bowl of vibrant green mixed vegetable soup, a plate of braised fish rich with a perfect balance of sweet and savory, and a few boiled eggs, plain, but perfectly round. The fragrance of freshly steamed rice filled the air, wrapping the space in the familiar comfort of family meals long past. James sat at the head of the table, his face glowing with unhidden happiness. He kept placing food onto Diep's and little Nee's bowls, his voice gentle and full of care. "Nee, eat a lot, so you'll grow up strong. And Mommy needs to eat plenty too, so the baby in her tummy will be healthy." Nee beamed, her wide eyes sparkling under the light. "Daddy, your food is so delicious. I wish we could eat like this at home every day." Her bright laughter lit up the whole kitchen. Diep sat quietly watching the two of them, her heart overflowing with emotion. Memories of hardship, long days of toil, nights filled with worry, slowly melted away. All that remained was this warm picture, a family gathered close, laughter echoing, love flowing abundantly. She smiled softly, resting her hand on her rounded belly, which stirred gently as if sharing in her joy. In her mind appeared a vivid vision, evenings filled with steaming meals, Nee's laughter ringing through the yard, James's tender gaze fixed on his wife and children. And soon, the newborn's first cry would fill the home, completing their happiness. Her voice trembled but brimmed with faith and love. As long as I have you and the children by my side, this is all the happiness I'll ever need." James paused, lifted his gaze to her, and clasped her hand firmly in his strong one, a silent vow. His eyes shone with unwavering determination. "I promise, I'll do everything to protect this happiness. From today on, this home will always be filled with laughter, with children's voices, and no worries will ever intrude again." Hearing this, little me wrapped her tiny arms around both parents' hands, her lips pouting playfully. "I promise to be good too, so you won't have to worry." The three of them burst into laughter, the innocence of a child's smile blending with the joy of her parents, making the small kitchen glow brighter. Outside, night fell gently over the quiet village. A soft breeze carried the scent of ripening rice, mingling with the hum of crickets, a lullaby of nature to cradle their happiness. The light from their new home spilled warmly into the night, like a guiding lantern, marking the beginning of a new journey. In that moment, three people sat together over a humble meal. But to them, it was the sweetest feast of their lives, the first dinner of a perfect happiness, where love would forever dwell and spread through every moment. The silver moonlight shimmered like a soft ribbon, slipping through the window and spilling across the new wooden floor in a magical glow. The pale beams intertwined, casting gentle patterns on the pristine white walls, as though the whole room had been cloaked in a mystical robe of night. The white curtains swayed softly with the breeze, whispering faint sounds like a mother's lullaby, lulling hearts into peaceful sleep. Beyond, the sky stretched endlessly, dotted with countless tiny stars that gleamed quietly yet steadfastly, illuminating the tranquil countryside. The bedroom still carried the faint scent of fresh timber, mingled with the fragrance of wild grass drifting in from the half-open window. Every breath drawn was filled with refreshing clarity, sweeping away burdens and leaving only serene calm. On the wide bed, Diep had fallen into deep sleep after a day brimming with emotion. Her delicate face, her long lashes fluttering with each gentle breath, seemed at last freed from all the worries that had weighed her down. Beside her, little me slumbered in her mother's arms, her tiny hands wrapped tightly around Diep's waist, like a fragile flower clinging to warmth. Her rosy cheek pressed against her mother, lips curved in a faint dreamlike smile, perhaps dreaming of happy days playing in their new home. The sight of mother and daughter bathed in moonlight transformed the room into a serene painting, one James had pictured countless times on weary business trips and lonely nights. Now, the dream had become real, even more beautiful than his imagination. James sat silently at the edge of the bed, his tall frame exuding stillness like a mountain. His shadow stretched long across the floor, blending with the pale glow. The moonlight caressed his features, highlighting the strength etched into his face, though in his eyes shone boundless tenderness. He gazed for a long time, as if trying to memorize every detail, the steady breaths, the innocent faces, every small stir. Even the heart of a man tempered by storms softened, overflowing with a love too deep for words. Leaning closer, he whispered, voice low but firm, like a vow carved into his soul. "Seeing you and our child sleeping peacefully like this, it makes every hardship worth it. I swear to protect this happiness until the end. No matter what storms rage outside, I will never let anything divide us." He pressed a kiss, light as a breeze, onto Diep's hair. Pulling the blanket higher over mother and child, his every movement was unhurried, tender, as though even the smallest noise might break their gentle sleep. In that brief moment, he wished he could hold the whole world in his arms, to keep his wife and children safe forever in this haven. Slowly rising, James stepped onto the balcony. His footsteps echoed faintly on the wooden floor, blending into the night's quiet song. Outside, the new house glowed under the moonlight, white walls, red roof gleaming softly, a solid testament to the trials he and Diep had overcome. The village lay silent in the distance, alive only with the chorus of crickets, rustling leaves, and the hush of the breeze. Together, they formed a tender nocturne of the countryside. Standing by the wooden railing, James inhaled deeply and lifted his gaze to the star-filled sky. His eyes shone as if in silent conversation with the universe. In his heart, he carved a vow: this home will be the safest haven for my wife and children. I am ready to carry the weight of the sky, as long as they are happy. The moon shone bright, as if bearing witness to his silent but resolute promise. On this first night in their new home, inside lay the peaceful dreams of mother and child, while outside stood a man beneath the moon, carrying love, duty, and the future upon his shoulders. From this moment, their little home had truly become a steadfast refuge, the beginning of a journey filled with love, hope, and lasting happiness. After countless days of longing, months of sweat, and hearts filled with hope, the dream house finally stood complete. More than just red bricks, a new tiled roof, or pristine white walls, this home was a living testament to the love, perseverance, and unwavering faith that James and Diep had nurtured together through endless trials. As the doors opened, the entire space lit up with joy. Little Me's innocent laughter echoed through the rooms, pure and bright like a melody marking the beginning of a new chapter. Diep stood at the doorway, eyes sparkling, her hands gently resting on her rounded belly, her smile brimming with trust and hope. James, with strong arms wrapped around his family, held them tight, as if to shield them from any storm that might dare to touch their newfound happiness. Everything felt like a sweet dream. A peaceful painting had come to life, laughter ringing in the new kitchen, golden lamplight spilling across the porch, and hearts beating in unison. For them, this was the most precious reward after so many hardships. But, will this dream last forever? Life is never only painted in rosy tones of happiness. Behind the doors that seemed to shut out all storms, could unexpected trials still be waiting? Will dangers and schemes from the outside world be strong enough to shake the fragile warmth of this home? Will James remain strong enough to face the storms? Will Diep hold on to her faith to protect their sanctuary? And little Nee, with her innocent smile, what challenges will she face on her journey of growing up? All these questions will unfold in the next episode. Stay tuned to follow the journey of love, resilience, and trials awaiting James, Diep, and little Nee. And don't forget to leave a comment, share, and subscribe to support this little family as they continue to overcome hardships and move toward a future of true happiness.
Chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay thì mình tiếp tục đưa đến với mọi người video tiếp theo về câu chuyện của Lý Hoài Ca, mình xin lỗi, của Lý Tử Diệp và CEO. Thì tập hôm nay sẽ là một tập rất vui vẻ và hạnh phúc. Mọi người cũng biết là Diep và Diệp thì đã cùng nhau trải qua rất là nhiều khó khăn, và khó khăn gần đây nhất là khi Diep và Diệp nhận nuôi bé Nhi. Và bé Nhi thì hiện tại thì đang có một người tự xưng là bà của bé Nhi muốn nhận lại, nhưng Diep thì vẫn đang nghi ngờ về chuyện này có liên quan tới bố mình hay không. Và hiện tại thì Diep đang bị bố của mình vì ngăn cấm nhận nuôi bé Nhi là đã đuổi anh ra khỏi công ty. Điều đó khiến cho anh phải ra đường một mình lập nghiệp. Cũng may là có mẹ anh giúp đỡ, và tầm này cả hai đã cùng về sống chung dưới một mái nhà mới làm xong. Và mọi người hãy theo dõi video hôm nay rồi thì hãy theo dõi tiếp video ở những tập tiếp theo để biết thêm chi tiết nhé mọi người. Tạm biệt mọi người, hẹn gặp lại trong những video tiếp theo.